Hello everyone. Today we're going to learn about critical thinking skills and how to use them. My name is Thomas Scott, and let's start off by asking ourselves a couple of questions. 1, what are my goals at work? 2, do I want to advance in my position or above my position? What can I do to obtain a raise? Those are just a few questions that you may want to ask yourself if you want to move further within your company. Right now, we're going to dive into the art of critical thinking skills. See, there's value in critical thinking skills. I know some of you are sitting there thinking, damn, why didn't I think of that? Well, that's why I get paid the big bucks. I have a question. Can anyone explain to me what they think critical thinking is and how they would use it?
I can. I think that critical thinking is one's ability to fully assess the situation, analyze all the nuances, and effectively apply a solution.
That's a good answer. But to further answer, let's go into the actual definition of critical thinking. Okay. Critical thinking is the ability to analyze a concept, objectively considering all the facts and perspectives to reach a sound and logical conclusion. In layman's terms, it's clear thinking that's based on reason rather than emotion. We all have made decisions out of emotion without thinking about it. You know, you went with your heart, right? I know I have. It's just being human, right? And I will probably do it again. This is just the way of life. We're only human. Can I have a show of hands of anyone that's ever done that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you have. And you'll continue to do it because it's human nature. So, let's ask yourself, why is critical thinking important? It's important because we as humans tend to think in what some would call a natural frame of thought. In other words, uncritically. What does that mean? You're probably asking yourself that, right? It's to make decisions based on personal experience, self-interest, or maybe irrational emotions. There's nothing wrong with it. We've all done it. It doesn't make you strange, doesn't make you different in any way. It makes you human. It's basically human nature, like I've said before. You have to train yourself to become critical thinkers. Now that we know what the what is, let's talk about the how. How do I become a critical thinker? How do you use your head? Use your brain at your advantage, or to your advantage. To become a critical thinker, you must first have a goal in mind. You want to raise. You want to better yourself. You want to move next year. You want a different position. It's just a goal. You want to set the bar high, right? Once you set that goal, you have something that you're working towards. And you don't sway from that. You stay on track. While working towards your goal, you'll need to keep biases in mind because those will inhibit you from reaching your goal. You got to push past it. Anything that stands in your way from reaching your goal, just walk right through it. Sounds hard, but we all can do it. Every one of us. So, let's move on. Don't be scared to question or obtain all the information that you can get. You need to be like a sponge. You need to soak up everything around you. Because even though you don't use it now, you may use it maybe a month from now, 3 months, 9 months, a year, 2 years, you never know. It's just information that you store. You save it, keep it, absorb it all. Anything and everything that you see and hear. With the information at hand, evaluate all the facts of the situation, making sure that you're staying on track to obtain your goal. Now this one right here is huge. Don't forget it, pay attention, listen closely. This can make or break you. You should collaborate and get feedback from people with different backgrounds. I said it, people with different backgrounds. That means someone that doesn't look like you, or you. Scary as it may seem, you will find out a lot of information. Why? Because you're getting a point of view from someone that is totally opposite than what you are. And that's great because you see it from the different side of the track. It's like you're on this side of the fence and they're on this side of the fence. You come to the middle and you come to a common ground where you can exchange information. You should definitely try it. Always try to separate yourself from the rest of the pack. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Thinking outside the box will excel you in certain situations. May sound silly, may sound strange, but to the right person, you thinking outside the box may just be what they need at that particular time. Do something different. Do something different than what everyone else is doing. Again, separating yourself from the pack. But make sure when you do it in a positive light and not a negative light. You don't want negativity. You don't want negative feedback. You want to keep striving forward and obtaining positive feedback. Some of the things we're going to talk about are traits of critical thinking. Examine. I use a variety of methods to explore and to analyze. Communicate. I use clear language to express my ideas and to share the information. Inquire. I seek information that excites my curiosity and inspires my learning. That's a good thought. Inquire. You always want to learn more. Strive. I use effort, determination, and focus on challenging tasks. Reflect. I review my thoughts and experiences to guide my actions. Link. I apply knowledge to reach new understandings. That goes along with talking to someone that doesn't necessarily look like you. Create. I use my knowledge and my imagination to express new and innovative ideas. Adapt. I adjust my actions and my strategies to accomplish tasks. Collaborate. I work with others to achieve better outcomes. If you can do those 9 things, you will achieve great things, major feats. You'll do things that you don't think that you can do. I promise you, study these 9 things and become greater. Now, what I want everyone here to take 10 seconds and think about where you want to be in 5 years. Where do you see yourself? Right. Hopefully, it's progress. Hopefully, you don't see yourself in the same position that you are in now. Hopefully, you see yourself doing something different, or you bettering yourself. Critical thinking makes you attractive to employers and potential employers. By being a critical thinker, you'll learn to be creative. You'll learn to bring creative solutions to the table. By doing so, you'll be able to help businesses or your company to become innovative and remain competitive. Employers want employees who are problem solvers and can work through problems on their own, and as a member of the workforce. You need to be someone who can think critically, creatively, making decisions that doesn't come out of a book. You want them to come off the top of your head. What you've learned, what you've experienced. Again, thinking outside the box. Problem that most critical thinkers face is they get down on themselves. They think, oh, I'm taking too long coming up with an idea or trying to solve this problem. No, as long as you're not taking 6 months to solve a problem, you're good to go. It doesn't matter how long you take, as long as you solve the problem in a timely manner. One thing you should keep in mind is never hesitate to voice your opinion. Never do that. Employers are usually appreciative when new employees are able to offer insight and a fresh new perspective into better and more effective way of doing things. It's always good to have a fresh set of eyes on an experiment or something that you're working on. Because obviously that person's gonna, well, not obviously, but that person can eventually see what you missed or what you're not seeing. One thing you should always think about, never think low of yourself. Just because you're cleaning toilets doesn't mean that you can't be a critical thinker. In every aspect of every work environment, just being a critical thinker gives you the power to make change for a company or for whoever you're working for or your situation. Don't be scared. Concluding, I want you to walk away knowing that we all have it in us. We all can be critical thinkers. Always remember that it's important because it helps and it can only better you as a person and an employee. Think about it. Individual and teams diagnose problems and identify solutions that aren't entirely obvious at first. Don't be judgmental. Here's a comparison. Judging, ego-driven, self-preservation. Self is important to others. Matters less. Feeling motivated, fear-based, closed-minded, irrational, based on personal significance, problem-focused. But if you look at critical thinking, it's mission-driven, driven by team purpose, selfless, team is important, rational thoughts, logical, open-minded, data-driven, objective, analysis and evaluation, empathy-based, solution-focused. This is what you want to be and where you want to be. This is what you want your brain to help. These 9 traits right here in this list right here. Thank you.